Namaskar. Welcome to Honest Astrology YouTube channel, and today I'm going to talk about Saturn in the 7th house. Jean-Paul Sartre once said hell is other people, and this is totally applicable to Shani in the 7th house. We'll find out why. Now, one can be forgiven for thinking that Shani in the 7th would be a nice placement because Shani is exalted in Libra. So, technically, Shani should do well, but sorry to disappoint you, that is not the case. Shani is exalted in Libra because it likes the justice and fairness of that sign. If you remember, the sign of Libra is Tula, scales of justice. So Shani loves that, the total unbiasedness of Tula or Libra. The problem is 7th house has a lot more to do apart from justice and fairness. Particularly, it also deals with other people, relationships, married life. Things where Shani is not very comfortable, to say the least. Now, Shani in 1st and 7th are very difficult people to deal with. They are constantly judging, criticizing, and trying to get approval at the same time. Shani in the 1st needs to take approval of the entire world, particularly the strangers. Shani in the 7th pins his hopes on the people immediately in front of you and their spouse. Given the discomfort of Shani with the 7th house and marital relationship, I have often seen delayed and unhappy marriages in such cases. I have often seen a bad relationship with parents, particularly the father. And in some cases, the mother as well. Now, this leads to complication in connecting to the other people, laying the foundation of a troubled marriage life and an asocial personality. Shani in the 7th, I have seen women typically go for elder, more mature partners. They need a daddy figure. Remember, they have daddy issues. So, Shani in 7th, women tend to go for elderly, more mature partners. They would not prefer a flighty greenhorn youth, but rather a stable, mature, sensible partner. Often they have a daddy figure. Often they get married to a daddy figure. So what the kind of guidance and protection and comfort they did not get from their father, they seek it from their husbands. They marry for security and not love. Remember, Shani makes you sell the soul. So they marry for security before love. Okay. They would rather place their bets on an ambitious, well-settled, mature man. Marriage is not about fun and romance, it is about duty and ambition. The Shani stuff. The approval-seeking nature of Shani makes them try too hard seeking approval of the people who they are dealing with. The problem is they themselves have a fault-finding nature. The direct aspect of Shani in the 1st house makes them a big-time fault-finder. And Shani makes them irritatingly aware of everything that is wrong with the person in front of them. So these people can be harsh and cold with others once the illusion is broken. So needless to say, these people are not the most popular boys and girls in the town. Their constant cycle of high expectation, disappointment, and then criticism makes them difficult to live with, particularly in the case of spouse. And as Shani has heavy karmic debt tied to the house, these people, as per the karmic theory, they have a lot of heavy karma together. And it influences their marriage, and the partner becomes the source of trouble, tension, and heavy karma. But it mostly happens because of the reasons which are beyond the control of the native and the spouse. And as usual, Shani demands a lot of hard work and soul searching before it lets the native discover the proverbial pot of gold. This is a double-edged sword. And I always tell these people, stop seeking approval of your partner and stop blaming your partner for everything. My husband is always right to going to everything is my husband's fault. Very extreme. That's never a good idea. So doing justice to the spouse and keeping things balanced would go a long way in maintaining this relationship. Also, please do not keep criticizing everybody that you meet. Even if you see their faults, it is not necessary to tell them the bitter truth. And here is a marital tip for men. Women love to be praised, they hate to be criticized. Okay. And ladies, there is something known as the male ego. Please do not hurt them, particularly if you have Shani in your seventh house. Try to be fair, balanced, and just to your partner. And that should help you manage this relationship and balance this relationship. Remember, seventh is represented by Libra, the skills. So if you do justice, this marriage should bring you the proverbial pot of gold. Jai Shani Dev.